Welcome viewers. This is Sumita Roy's English Classroom, the YouTube channel of Professor Sumita Roy. Every day you are watching many videos and improving your English. Today I have a video for you which is titled Motivate Yourself to Learn English Step by Step. Unless we motivate ourselves, we cannot really do anything. If you have come to the channel, you have subscribed and you are watching, that means you have motivation. But in what direction should your motivation go? Why do you want to learn English? What are the steps you should follow in order to learn well, learn properly, and communicate in English with confidence, with clarity, and with competence? These are all the things which we are going to learn in today's video. So please watch the video till the end so that you get all the steps which will help you to enhance your motivation. Also, please share with others who are searching for motivation, who do not have enough motivation, who want to learn English. Share with all of them also. Subscribe and like and comment, because your comments help me to make these videos. You get answers to your comments. Please remember, any question, any doubt, any difficulty, you are getting the answers regularly. So please do all this and then continue to watch as I tell you step-by-step motivation processes. Now, just before I was going to record this video, I got a message from a young girl who says that she has an interview tomorrow and she's worried that her English is not good enough. Maybe she should have improved her English earlier. So what is the motivation for her to improve her English? Her motivation is to get a good job, to be established in her career, to earn enough money to live well. This is one kind of motivation which comes from outside, that is, external motivation. Because the world expects you to know good communication before they can employ you, before they can give you a promotion, etc. Hundreds of people write saying that we have traveled out of our state or out of our country. Now where we are working, we need to use English. Everybody speaks to me in English. I cannot reply properly. Therefore, what is the motivation? The motivation is that you want to perform your job well. So a job, a career, these are motivations which are important for you. So please find out first, step number 1, what is your motivation? I'm sure if you read the comments on all the 200 videos which are there on the channel, you will find many elderly people writing that we are quite old. They don't need English for their career. But I want to speak to my grandchild in English. Many of the people who are staying outside their own region, their children grow up to speak English because that's a connecting language in different parts of the world. So then how does the grandparent speak to the grandchild? Young mothers saying that my child is studying in English medium, just maybe 5-6-year-old child. But I cannot teach that child. I cannot help that child because I do not know English, or I know very little English. Then what do? You have motivation which comes from within. You want to communicate, you want to do something at a personal level, whether it is grandchildren, whether it is your child, whether it is somebody who you come into contact with. That is one, where you require to know English. That is a motivation. Now, there's also a third kind of motivation. That is your social motivation, relationship motivation. Somebody says, I have moved to a new locality where for every gathering I go, but I cannot speak a word because everybody speaks English and I feel very shy to speak because I don't think I know English. So that is a motivation which comes from a social factor. So first is your profession, second is your personal requirement, and third is your social relationships. These are powerful motivation. There are many others, of course. Somebody might want to learn English only for the sake of learning a language. There are many people who love learning languages. We call them polyglot. You remember I told you in another video. So a person who speaks many languages, 15, 20 languages, it's a wonderful skill. So somebody might be interested in learning, and motivation is because one more new language. Okay, so that is the first step. Now let us move on to the second step. The second step, what demotivates you, takes away your motivation, is when you start speaking, you are not able to say what you want to say. Suppose you want to say something which is in good correct English, but you say, I English need, I English want, I learning English, I bad English, I good English. You are communicating, okay, everybody can understand what you're saying, but you are not communicating to your personal satisfaction because you know that you are not speaking correctly. This happens to people who have studied English in school also. You know, there is compulsory English at certain levels. You have studied those, but in spite of that, when you start speaking, you make mistakes. Or you don't get a word. You want to say, it is good to have cucumber in summer. It's a cool fruit, you know. We say as cool as cucumber. C-U-C-U-M-B-E-R. Cucumber is a long green colored fruit or vegetable, whatever you feel like calling it. Now you don't know the word cucumber. It doesn't come to your mind. You keep searching. Where is that word? Then you say, it is good to have that, long green colored thing which is very cooling. It's cooling effect. It is a watery thing. So now you are describing. And while you are describing, suddenly the word comes to your mind. You say, oh, that is the word I'm looking for. These are ways to motivate yourself. So step number 2 is that you motivate yourself by evaluating yourself. Evaluate means to test, to check. Soon you will find a video of English quiz where I have given you questions, and if you can answer those questions, you will feel motivated. You say, oh, I got all the 15 correct. Oh, I got 10 out of 15 correct. This is the way to motivate yourself. When you move from your lower level of English and you learn a higher level of English by self-effort. Now this is very, very important. By self-effort. I have given you an entire video which says, learn English on your own alone. Learning on your own, learning alone. That is possible. But unless you have motivation, you won't do it. That is the second step. First step is your requirement, your motivation for learning. Second step is self-improvement, because you realize that your problem of your speaking or problem of your communication is because you are scared that your English is not good. You feel worried that the English you're using will make you the laughing stock. Everybody will make fun of you. Or somebody will say, stop murdering the English language. Don't use English like that. So you get scared. Nobody says it. Nobody is rude, so rude to tell you that. But you feel, it comes from within, that you feel worried that if I speak like this, will it be something which will get me a negative comment? Especially this young girl I told you, who's appearing for an interview. If she makes a mistake in the interview, then she loses her job. Suppose you take instructions from your boss in English and you carry out the wrong thing because you never understood what the boss said. You do something wrong. The boss doesn't understand that it is your English that is faulty. Thinks that you are careless and you have made a mistake. Therefore, you can't do that. Step number 3, therefore, is that you improve yourself, you work hard to improve yourself. Now, step number 4, once you evaluate, which is step number 3, step number 4 is to make the right choices. This is called decision making. I will start making videos on soft skills soon, so you can watch those also. All of them will be in English. They will help you to learn English. Now, decision making is a very important motivating factor. If you know how to make the right decision, then your motivation increases. Now, what decision should you make? After evaluating yourself, you will easily know that this is the area I need to improve. If you say, I English need, then what you are doing is you need to learn sentence structures. You say that I need English or I want to learn English. These structures I have given you. There are basic 7 structures in English. If you remember those structures and if you frame sentences based on those structures, you will get excellent English. So to motivate yourself, you need to learn that. Now the next example I gave is, you couldn't get a word for cucumber. There you have a video on naming words. I have also given you language drill nouns for beginners. So look around yourself and see what all you see. You say, I see a bunch of flowers. I see a wall hanging. I see a small statue of a tiger. I see a clock. Then you want to say clock. You say, oh my God, what is the word for a clock? It gives time. It is big. It is put on the wall. And we can tell the time by looking at it. Then you get slowly, when you come to naming, you get the right word. You can see some, bottles of medicines. You can see some pictures of your forefathers, your grandfather, great-grandfather. You can see some books in a shelf. You can read the name of each of the books, or you can describe the color of the book. You can say, one book is green in color. You're learning adjectives, not names, but adjectives. Another book is white in color. The third book is red in color. You say, one is a very big book. It is very long. Another is a very thick book. It has many pages. So in this way, we are learning adjectives. Then you learn verbs. When you say, I bad English, then what you need to say is, my English is not good, or my English is poor. Here, bad English doesn't work. I've given you an entire 2 videos on collocation. That you have to see. So this is called decision making. Many people are asking in the comments box, which video should I see? There are playlists and podcasts topic wise. You can see them. Now, please remember you have to learn step by step. Remember the title of the video? It says, Motivate yourself to learn English step by step. Now, if I give you a podcast which has 10 videos, you cannot watch 10, continuously half an hour videos, that is 5 hours. That is terrible. You won't remember a single word. Watch one video per day. Watch it 4 or 5 times if you want, if you have the time. But do it step by step. You cannot climb from the first floor to the 20th floor in 1 second, unless of course you have a lift. Suppose you take the staircase, you cannot do. Now there are possibilities of learning telegraphic English, where you have to devote 12 hours per day, 14 hours per day. You will go like the lift. In 1 second you are up from first floor to 20th floor. But do you have that kind of time? You don't. Most of us have so many other activities. So we don't have, endless stretch of time by saying in 24 hours I will devote 20 hours to English. No. 1 or 2 hours, more than enough. Some people are saying that, you can devote 15-20 minutes. Yes, that also is wonderful. A little time. But please remember, many of you are working in an environment where you are 8 to 10 hours, you are listening to English. You are attempting to speak English. Therefore, you need to make decisions as to which part of English you need to learn. I have given you some interesting stories for motivation, because unless we motivate ourselves, we cannot learn. In all the stories, the person who's telling the story or the person about whom the story is wants to learn English and learns by a process. Suppose you watch those videos, those motivation videos, then you get motivated. You also get the ability to correct. I have started making some videos on shadowing. That is the next step which you need. Whenever you listen to something, try to imitate it exactly like a child does. The child doesn't speak full mother tongue as soon as the child is born. For 1 year, the child is only listening, not speaking at all. After 1 year, the child starts speaking all in jumble. Food give. That is what the child says in the mother tongue. Maybe, whichever language the child is speaking. An English speaking, mother tongue English speaking child also says food give. They can't pronounce. They say, Zeus or Duth for juice. They are trying to say juice and they get it out as Duth. This is the child. Pronunciation, vocabulary, and if they don't know, they point out and they say that. And then, you tell them the name. The child begins to imitate. The child begins to repeat. If you tell the child, this is a room, the child immediately says, this is a room. That is how the child learns. Suppose the child says, I goes to park. Then you say, no, not I goes to park. It is I go to the park. Then immediately the child repeats it 10 times. I go to the park, I go to the park. Somebody is going on the road, shouting something. Immediately the child repeats. We find it very often. We scold the child sometimes. But this is a wonderful step for motivating yourself. Whenever you listen to any English, try to repeat it sentence by sentence, word by word. Same intonation, same rhythm, same pauses. If you do that, you will find that it is highly motivating and you can benefit immensely. Slowly, the final step of motivation is when you want to reach an advanced level of English. For your competitive exams, for your excellence, you want to become the greatest speaker or writer in English. Somebody asked me how to write a short story. You should attempt. Start thinking of a plot, write the story, and then correct it again and again, maybe 2 years, 5 years. You have to do research on what you will write, and then you will benefit. So, this last step which I'm telling you is learning good grammar, good vocabulary, and excellent spelling, punctuation, and pronunciation. All these 5 skills are the last point of your motivation. You should be so powerfully motivated to learn the language that you build up the foundation. These 5 skills are your foundation. They are not visible up. When you are speaking English, when you are writing English, they are not visible. It's like the building. You have a multi-storied building. Can you see its foundation? The foundation went under the ground. Nobody can see it. But it's because of the strong foundation that such a beautiful building is standing in front of us. So that is the last of the points which I wanted to mention. So these steps, if you follow, you will be highly motivated to learn English. I have given you varieties of videos. Every day I am uploading a video for your sake, though it's difficult for me, but I want to benefit you. I want each one of you to get exactly what you want. And this will happen to you when you are practicing. Just listening is no use. You need to practice. The more you practice, the better it is. And how do you practice? Only when you are motivated. If you are just laid back and listening, that is not enough. Your motivation makes you practice. That is why I called the video Motivate Yourself. Not learn English, but motivate yourself. That is more important here. All the best and thank you.